one. You stupid motherfucker.
Recognise it without the P, do you? That there is a very famous piece of rock history. That is the famous Battersea Power Station, which is featured on the cover of the Pink Floyd album Animals. And whilst we're in Battersea to see Gary Newman, of course we popped along. We've got a Pink Floyd story for you, of course. There is talk that the band is about to reform. But there's a bit of a problem with this. Now, Roger Waters has left the band and is very anti the idea of the other members using the name Pink Floyd again. So we went along to see another of the very famous people who were in the band, Dave Gilmour, to ask him just what the problems are.
He wasn't and isn't happy with us using the name, but as he's left, I don't really think it concerns him too much.
And so, has he dropped the legal?
He has. I understand it. He's been sort of slightly pushed towards dropping any move to stop us releasing a record, but he's still sort of unhappy about us touring and stuff like that. He still thinks he has some sort of say in what we should do, but he doesn't, so.
It's a bit of a drag, 'cause you used to be quite good friends, isn't it?
We've always been good, had a good working relationship. We've never been that sort of social, but yes, we've always got on pretty well. Yes, I don't fully understand it, really. It's one of those things.
We don't.
Nick and David, you've both done solo projects. Why would you want to resurrect Pink Floyd now?
We always intended to, you know. We have all, at this time in our lives, we want to, you know, spread our wings and do many more things than just Pink Floyd. And restricting ourselves to our solo careers or to film music or other things is just as restricting ourselves to Pink Floyd.
The tickets for the Toronto show went on sale, what, 2 months before the actual date. And I get the impression that you were using Toronto as a testing ground for the world market. Now, why would Toronto be indicative of how popular Pink Floyd before the record is going to be?
Because, I think we'd say because of Michael Cole, really. He knew of the problems we were having at the time, and I think he just decided that he spoke to Steve O'Rourke, our manager, and I think he was the one who was really prepared to take a bit of a risk and find out how the public felt about us. And we're very grateful.
We were also under threat of a lawsuit if we did put tickets on sale, so we decided we'd better get on with it. And so at least at the time to deal with it all. There were an awful lot of threats being issued almost daily, that if we did this or if someone did that, we would have to face the legal consequences. And at some point you just have to bluff it out and say, okay, we'll do it, and see what the legal consequences are. Of course, they weren't anything.
So a lot of bluffing. Why is it that he feels so strongly about it that he wouldn't want to? I mean, obviously you're doing...
He's got a big ego, you see.
Yeah.
He hates the possibility that he's not essential.
I suspect you've probably, at this point, tried to keep it out of the courts, because by the time it gets there, probably the only people who are benefited are the lawyers.
We have more lawyers than road crew now.
Ah! It's not a happy situation. Aside, Roger Waters is also on tour with his latest album, Radio Chaos. It should come as no surprise, however, that Pink Floyd's record has outsold his 3-1. The album's already very successful. Were you ever worried that people might be buying the concept of Pink Floyd rather than the content of the album?
I think so. I mean, there's considerable trepidation about facing up to all that. So it's you know, it's very satisfying to see it beginning to look good. I mean, that's our vindication, really, with all the stuff that's gone on with Roger. At the end of the day, we'll rise or fall and be judged on the record, on the shows, what people really think when they come. I mean, they might buy the tickets, but if they go away disappointed, it's all over, really.
We are sort of being accused of being on a take the money and run trip by Roger, but you know, that is what we are trying to. We are showing that is not what's happening. We are actually still making records to the best of our ability from the heart and We are doing as good a show as we can do.
Straight from the wallet.
Yes.
Really.